I promised myself I wouldn't come back to this series, but here we are, Rent a Girlfriend.
Sorry, I fell in love with someone else. Let's break up.
I know I've already trashed this series enough, but it has been a year, so I'm just gonna give a little update on the series as a whole and what I think of it. First, let's get the anime out of the way. The anime. A lot of people hate it ever since season 2 started, but as of currently in season 3, personally, I enjoy it. All of the characters doesn't seem too off from who they are. Chizuru is still the perfect girl. She still cooks, goes to school, works her job, tries her absolute best to achieve her dream while having to deal with all the challenges that life throws at her. Mainly having to deal with all of his crazy antics. Mummy, well, she's still Mummy. She's as crazy as it gets. She's super manipulative. She constantly stalks and bothers Kazuya even though she broke up with him ever since the first episode. She's still an insane psycho bitch. Ruka still likes him for a very stupid reason. I mean, there's so many ways you can outlogic this simple heartbeat reason. And other than the stupid reason, she's just an annoyance to everyone. Sumi is best girl and probably will be until the end of the final episode. I mean, how can you hate this angel? She's freaking adorable. And I don't even know why she's here. I don't even remember her name. That's how useless she is. She's even more useless than Sakura herself. She's just put here to waste time. That's really all it is. Like, what does she even do? Ruka is pretty useless, but she's even more useless. And finally, the man that stalks, the man that simps, the man that keeps on disappointing, Kazuya. He's even more degenerate than before, no doubt about it. The man's even more of a weirder person than I am, and that says a lot. The plotline, the story for the anime is moving in a pretty good direction considering the manga is so fucked. There is a few issues with the anime, but the major issues aren't that big of a deal. And overall, I think the anime is doing pretty well. I know a lot of people hate it, but personally, I like it. Now, catching up with the manga. Why? Just why? I left at chapter 225 and I come back to this shit. It has been a year, and through all the chapter that I have missed, there was legit nothing of importance that has happened. Maybe Chizuru showing her feelings to Kazuya was okay, but then it just came back to the never-ending cycle of nothingness. I'm sorry, I don't like to get personal because I'm not that type of person, but holy shit, Reiji, do you need to feed your kids and wife? Why do you need to extend it for this long? This manga should have ended a decade ago. Do you need to pay your employees? Is that why? I know he got this other incest show that's going on right now, and it's actually a pretty good hit as well. Not many people like it, but it's pretty popular. So why doesn't he just focus on doing that? It's not like he doesn't have any other things that's going on. I know Rent a Girlfriend makes a lot of money, but come on, I truly believe this man can create something that's 10 times better than this show, and also get a lot more sales and do a lot better in terms of numbers. All the characters are getting worse and worse with each chapter. Sure, there are some things that are cool to see, like how Chizuru and Kazuya are taking care of some kids, and it's a pretty wholesome moment, but it's a waste of time. We all know Chizuru's gonna be a great mother, no doubt about it. There's no progression or any sign of character development, and that's exactly what the viewers want. We want to see Kazuya becoming a better person, a better man, not become worse and weirder than he already is. We, the audience, or most of us, like Kazuya because he's relatable to us, and we want to see him improve, not stay where he's at or get worse. I genuinely do not understand how this manga can go for almost 300 fucking chapters already, and none of the characters actually show any sign of improvement or anything of that sort. It's a never-ending cycle of just pure nothingness and a bitter taste in your mouth. There's so many problems. Chizuru is just getting worse and worse and becoming a shell of herself. It's almost like she's just a robot with a mask of Chizuru on. Like, literally, that's how I feel when I read this manga. If you understand a bit of programming, which I think most of you guys watch me kind of do, you can legit just write a Python script for her. It's like, go to school, be cute, work your rental job, and chase your acting career. And yes, she's doing Chizuru things, which is being perfect, but there's no progression with her and Kazuya. There are some hints here and there, but then it just circles back to her doing the same things over and over again. There's no emotion, and even if she shows it, it's not really genuine. The last time something genuine happened was when her grandma passed away. It's like she's a freaking robot, I swear. In fact, pretty much all of these girls except for Sumi are basically run upon a Python script. Kazuya is so bad, and this is just not the self-cucking part from chapter 218. I'm past that. This is just him not being able to improve as a human being. As humans, we make mistakes, and we make a lot of them, especially when we're young, and that's okay because we're young. Kids are fucking stupid, but come on, he's like 21 years old, and I'm very well aware. I know 21 is still pretty young. I'm 20, I'm pretty dumb, and I've made a lot of mistakes. I've said a lot of wild shit that I regret saying, and I would even say at the age of 25, you can still be pretty stupid, but he should be able to pick up something. He's not a complete dumbass. He made it to uni as a business student. He can make friends. He's capable of getting a job and holding down the job with Ruka, annoying him every single minute. He's even better than 95% of the people that watches this show. He can actually get a girlfriend even if she's a psycho bitch. Kazuya should be able to improve even if it's just for a little bit. And you know, I wouldn't even have a problem with him living like this at all if he actually doesn't care and he's not insecure about his lifestyle choices, like how Onizuka is. I genuinely do not have a problem with people being a degenerate at all, as long as they enjoy it and nothing seems to bother them. But Kazuya cares. He cares. That's why he rents a girlfriend when he gets dumped. That's why he's not happy when he NTRs himself. That's why he gets angry and sad at himself and Chizuru when he has to pay for the rental service. That's why he hides it from his friends. He's embarrassed about it. Kazuya isn't just this dumbass that's horny 24/7. He makes mistakes, but he's obviously very capable. So why doesn't Reiji just allow him to? We all want it. And all the other girls are just there to do one specific thing, which is either be a bitch, an annoyance, or a waste of time. Also, best girl and best boy isn't getting enough screen time for whatever reason. I think both Sumi and Kibe can play an important role in the advancement and character development for Kazuya and Chizuru in this story, especially Kibe, because he can tell Kazuya like how it is, and he's willing to hurt him for it as well. He's an actual friend, and he has done that in the past. The only girl who gets along and is actually friends with Chizuru is Sumi. I know the waste of time gets along with Chizuru as well, but not as close as Sumi because Sumi is actually a work friend with Chizuru. So I can honestly picture a scene where both Kibe and Sumi are giving these two advices and them eventually confessing or something of that sort. There's many ways that this can go down. The author is not utilizing the other important characters to make the story more interesting. I believe these two supporting characters can make the story a lot better if you just use them correctly. But no, the story is just getting worse and stalled out. And even if the manga is stalled out, there's so many things to explore. I believe you can do an arc where Mommy gets arrested. Since she's a psychopath, she can constantly be stalking Kazuya and doing crazy damage and breaking shit, then they can find a way to arrest her or something of that sort. There's so many things that you can do and explore with this series because all the characters are so unique and they all have different personalities and the setting is in college. There's so many options to explore. I legit want to see Kazuya and just his friends, no girls with them, go out and get hammered for the one time at the strip club, and out of nowhere Ruka and Mommy just shows up and then shit goes down. The drama would be crazy and that would be interesting to see, and the author just doesn't do it. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna waste everyone's time and keep extending the manga, at least make it fun and interesting to read. I know I used to joke about this in the past, but I genuinely believe the JAV version is better than the manga at this point. At least this one has an okay plotline, it doesn't drag out for a century, the character has a personality, they're not just running upon Python script and actually ends. Heck, I would even say the live action version is better even as cringy as it is. This series is special to me and has a special place in my heart. As much as I pretend to not care about it and try to ignore it like most people do nowadays with the manga, I will probably keep coming back to it until it ends. No matter how frustrated and annoyed I am at this manga, I will probably stick around and read it until it finishes. And at this point, I honestly don't care about how bad it is that much anymore. I just want to know why. Why is the author doing this? Is it because the investor is pressuring him to continue to extend the story? Is it because he has a dirty, sick fantasy with Mizuhara? Is he trying to beat the One Piece record? Or is it just about the money? And if I had to be real, guys, it's probably about the money. I need an answer. The community needs an answer. The public needs an answer. And I'm sure the author is well aware of what's going on, and he's aware how much people have forgotten about this manga and hate it so much. He's a pretty intelligent guy. He owns his own studio. He's legit an entrepreneur. He's not one of these people who have an e-commerce shop or a person that gets rich off of crypto. He has employees and infrastructure in place to deliver upon his product. So why is he purposely making the manga shittier and keeps extending it? But whatever reason it is, I hope we can get an answer to this one day from the man himself. Cause holy shit, the Rent a Girlfriend manga is ass. How can anyone sit through this shit without their eyes bleeding?